Hello YouTube. I'm making this video because I'm really fascinated by all the different accents that we have in the US and the subtle differences that I notice between the different accents in the US. Now, first of all, I want to know what my accent sounds like, what region it belongs to. Can you guys tell me or post some comments about what accent you think this is and what region it belongs to? Because I've traveled pretty much all over the US and I've heard people talk in all different kinds of accents, but I can't categorize my accent into any particular region for some reason. And I just wanted to do that because I feel wanted and belonging to some region. So, yeah, people tell me I have a standard generic American accent, but I don't like that answer because um, it feels like I don't belong to any place. And if you guys could just tell me if it sounds like a Midwestern accent or a Californian accent, that would be really great, or any other place. But um, personally, I don't think I have an accent from any place. I think it's a blend of different accents. I think maybe it sounds like a blend of a Midwestern and a Californian accent, but I'm not sure. So just tell me what you guys think. Now, I've noticed subtle differences in different American accents. For example, you have um, differences in accents between different states, between the different states in the US, and you have subtle differences within that state as well. For example, I think the northern part of the state sounds has a different accent as compared to the southern part of that state for some reason. Now, for example, the things that I've noticed are that Northern Californians have um, the pretty much this standard American accent that you see on TV, the TV cast and stuff, with subtle differences. Um, NorCal people speak pretty slowly, and they don't really have a nasal voice, and um, and they don't seem to have any kind of accent in their voice. Now, the SoCal people have a nasal voice. They speak a lot faster, and yeah, that's the difference that I see between NorCal and SoCal. But I don't see a really big difference in the accents of California and Canadians, for example. The Canadians, especially that you see on TV, pretty much have the Californian accent. Um, the Canadians otherwise that don't come on TV, just like the Americans that don't come on TV, have really different accents to each other. But the ones that come on TV, they pretty much, those Canadians have pretty much the same accent as a California accent, I think. Words like hockey become hockey, confident become confident, God become God, and stuff like that. That applies to California as well as Canadians. They pronounce their O's as O's. But places like New York, confident is confident, hockey is hockey, God is God, and hot is hot. Californians will pronounce hot as hot. So that's that's the difference that I see between a Californian accent and a New York, New Jersey accent. Now, when I'm looking at New Jersey, I see differences of accents in North Jersey and South Jersey. North Jerseyans sound like New Yorkers, and South Jerseyans sound like Philly, people from Philly. So that's another thing that I see. And in New York, what you hear, what is being called the New York accent is actually the Italian accent that the settlers that first came to New York had. So basically, that's what they call the generic New York accent. Um, Personally, I don't think there should be anything being called a typical New York accent, for example, because every region in New York has different accents. An accent in Brooklyn is going to be different from the accent in Queens or the Bronx or Staten Island or Manhattan. But and then you have some accents that are a hybrid of that. For example, the Queens and the Brooklyn accent, when they combine, they kind of give the Long Island accent and stuff like that. But when you move past the boroughs of New York, places like Long Island and stuff, and taking out Montauk, you're the other parts of Long Island pretty much have a, standard accent, I think, with subtle differences in words like water. For example, I say water, they're probably going to say water, or something like to that effect. But it's not that different, I think. So, these differences in accents really fascinate me, and I would like some knowledge, more knowledge on that. Now, personally speaking, I don't see a big difference between the NorCal accent and the Midwest accent. I can't really distinguish between them. It's just that the people that I see on TV and other people from NorCal, they speak a lot slower as compared to the Midwest people. That's how I distinguish between them. But otherwise, I really can't distinguish between a Midwest accent, which is the neutral, typical accent that you see newscasters have on TV, versus the NorCal accent. So that's my take on the accents of different parts of the US. Tell me what you guys think. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.